graduate na kayo, ongoing pa siya. When you say ongoing yung reference design.
Di ba tapos?
When you say reference design, we will bid it out for detailed design. So there will be a contractor, if in case it wins, they will go on site tapos measure everything, yung volume of water that can be extracted from the dam, location of the dam, then yung mga issues which will come out during the construction. So, then everything will detail, including the dam, mga waterways, yung alignment ng transmission lanes, pump stations. So everything will be detailed, then it will be bidded out. Okay. So ano question nyo? Hindi ba?
Basahin mo din. Kaya Merlin.
So, what demand will this project address in terms of water supply?
Ayun ba? So sakto. So actually this will serve yung parts of Antipolo. So Antipolo right now is 40% covered. So around 60% of Antipolo is not yet covered. So more or less it will provide 175 MLD, million liters per day supply. Supplying around 400,000 people in terms of population. So it will cover Antipolo, maybe parts of Tanay, and parts of Cogeo and Teresa. Most likely the high portions, elevated portions of Antipolo and Rizal. Okay? So basically, yun ang influence area.
So Antipolo lang tayo.
Yeah, it's Antipolo. Basically, it's Antipolo, but we can extend it to if there are enough water, we can extend it to Teresa, Morong, and Tanay.
Pero kasama po rin ba din yung mga farms yun?
It's really for
potable
for domestic consumption, and maybe semi-domestic like condominiums and also commercial. So basically, this project is really for domestic consumption. There will be also programs for connecting commercial and business districts. Kasi we discussed this with the province of Rizal. Now also the former Governor Inares wants to transfer the municipality of Antipolo to areas in Cabading, so it's part of the influence areas. So they want to build some sort of a business district. So part of this will be serving those areas.
So next question.
Next question.
Sino mo?
Yung tuloy na gusto yun.
Sino?
Ito, yung din sa second question. What will be the main purpose of the dam during the dry season where rainfall is limited?
So basically, a dam is really to store water during rainy season, and that during the dry season, with that stored water, you can now provide water. It's practically storage during rainy season and distribution during dry season.
So kaya po ba niya mag-provide? Enough po ba yung
Yes,
storing
kasi
niya for this
there
summer
are
season?
estimates and measurements which has been done before during the feasibility study that would provide sustainable 100 to 150 MLD. So that's a study, so it is sustainable.
Right, so na-estimate na for like, for the summer, for the reason na, for the season na walang ulan, na-estimate na po na, ay gano'n kahaba yung estimation nyo? Yung, kung ilang tubig ma-store niya? Parang,
Well, ganun kaaba, we use mga historical data. Okay, historical data meaning ano yung rainfall, yung volume of water for the past, let's say, 5 years. Then you estimate yung consumption sa both upstream and downstream of the location of the dam. So then you try to estimate yung consumption na abstraction o kunin to provide water to sa target area. So it's mas balance. So from there you can compute how many storage volume you need for the dam. So it's really computed, so there should be no problem. So there will be some measurements which has to be done, both during dry season and wet season, just to firm up the study.
Ikaw,
Uniform.
number 4.
Mamaya na. Kuya.
So ano yung gusto mo?
Five.
Ano yung gusto mo? Yung pa.
Six. Six na hydro.
Sila. Ready.
Will there be possible hydroelectric power plant to be built? If so, how do hydroelectric plants have control over the amount of water entering the turbine?
Basically, it's just it's a dam. It's not a multi-purpose dam. So if ever it will be a hydropower, it will be just small, just to provide electricity within the vicinity. So it's unlike other dam like Angat. Angat is a multi-purpose dam. Okay. So it provides water for domestic, for irrigation, and for power. So there's a difference between dams like this Tayabasa.
So, follow up lang dun sa question, sir, yung iba po siya sa mga ibang dams. Kasi yung like Angat Dam, di ba, main purpose nila is first yung irrigation. Irrigation bago yung mga potable, yung consumption of water.
No, I think the priority is for domestic consumption. That's why during low dry season, when the water level is so low, we actually cut off the supply going to irrigation. And the priority is provision of water to Metro Manila. So the prioritization is domestic, then irrigation, then power. So may power kasi. So kasi once you provide may certain level that you can only provide for water consumption, but you are unable to provide power. So may no problem pagka. That's why you have conflicts with Napocor. Kasi Napocor before wants power. So may mga conflict. Pero there's a protocol being followed sa Angat.
Lahat ba ng dam?
Hindi.
Wait, lahat ng dam, is it domestic muna and then irrigation and then power, or may chance na nauuna naman yung irrigation?
It depends to sa purpose ng dam. So may dam na purely for irrigation. So may dam na purely for power. May dam na purely for domestic consumption. Pero pagka may multi-purpose dam, it defines kung ano yung prioritization.
what are some of the negative impacts that you have maybe thought of when the dam is being constructed?
If you have read the feasibility study, there will be sections there that shows yung study concerning social environmental impact. Of course, when you build dam, okay, environment issue because there will be areas will be flooded, diba? So we'll be actually controlling the normal flow of water. So yung upstream side, medyo tataas ang water level, may flooding. Second, it's possible na you might have to uh, cut trees, and in so doing, you might affect yung normal life ng mga flora and fauna, meaning trees, animals, fish, everything. Then, if you are controlling the flow of the river, then yung livelihood ng nasa downstream will be affected. Those are the negative things. Pero in the study, you have to make sure that how to mitigate yung mga risks na yun, how to mitigate yung mga negatives na yun. Let's say, for damaging trees, you have to restore trees. You have to do some planting. For yung mga fauna, yung mga animals, you have to make sure that they can still live within their means. Then for those affected by flooding, you have to relocate them. So there will be provision for compensation for relocation. Tapos, yung mga affected the downstream ng dam, you have to make sure that they are compensated o kaya they have still some sort of means to continue their livelihood. Kasi, minsan, you go fishing, di ba? So, pag wala yung normal flow of water, walang fish, walang irrigation, something. So, of course, there will be some sort of issue because pagka after the dam, mabagal yung flow, may siltation. So, you have to make sure na there's enough mitigation for making sure na walang siltation siya. So, may mga solutions dyan. May technical solution, merong compensation, merong restoration. So, I think if you read yung section, there's a lot of things na consider the negative things, but you have to make sure that these risk, yung negative effects are mitigated. So, kasama sa FS siya. So, after evaluation, make sure that the compensation and mitigation outpace the negative risk. And if you are able to do that, then you might be able to prove that yung project mo is a go. So there will be some projects before na, let's say, Laiban, tagal, let's say it's been conceived 1983 pa, pero ngayon wala pa, hindi pa nagagawa. Because of issues of flooding, yung mga relocations. So may mga settlers na they oppose the dam because once you build the dam, they will be flooded. So they have to be relocated. They don't want to get out sa lugar nila minsan. So yung mga issues nila.
Number 8. Yun na yun yung major concerns with blocking rivers.
Oh, yeah, I think I mentioned it earlier.
So, hindi yung 10. Ito ata may number 4 ba?
10
What?
yan.
Ano yun? What are the factors affecting the high percentage of capital use allotted to pumping alone? Baka kasi indicated dun sa nabasa ko bukas mo. More than 50% yung expense.
Yeah, it depends to sa service area mo. You have to consider yung totoo. Let's say if the dam is here, then yung service area mo is mataas. You have to consider yung pumping. Kasi servicing water, the best way to service water is you put a high dam, then just let it flow by gravity. Ang problem if your dam location is lower than your target area, then there will be a cost provision for a capital expenditure for pumping. So dalawa yun. May pumping as a capex, then you have OPEX. Kasi yung OPEX yung power na i-consume mo to push water sa higher elevated areas. So, but you have no choice kasi that's the only way to push water. Likewise, in Antipolo, the dam, the river is around 120 meters in terms of elevation, but Antipolo is 200, 300 meters elevation. Yeah. So you have no choice but to pump. So right now, we are servicing Antipolo. 40% of Antipolo is being served. So Balara, ito yung Balara. So the elevation of Balara is around 50 meters. So Antipolo is 200 meters. So we have 3 pumps, series in series, to push water to the top of Antipolo.
So
Pero may mga areas pa around 60% sa Antipolo na we have to pursue. So kaya lang, masyadong malayo na yung Balara for that. We want a source near.
Another bottom line.
So those things you have to consider just capital expenditure. You have no choice kasi it's really highly elevated. Pero ideally, you have to position yung mga dam mo sa higher elevation by gravity. Mas tipid.
Ayun, ito na. Kasi, di ba your dam, the dam's main purpose is to supply water to the area. So, when you, do you plan to treat the water before before giving it to the area? Or just give it as in raw, straight from the river, then provide it?
Okay, it depends to sa water quality. Kaya sa study, you have sa FS, you have to make sure that you have a good study of the water quality. Okay, sa Tayabasan, since the water quality is not good, so I think we have to treat it first before you actually deliver it for distribution. Then let's say sa Boracay, we also manage yung Boracay water. So what happens is, punta daw kayo doon eh.
Hydro.
Hindi sinabi sa akin. So you get it from Katiklan, yung water namin. It's very good. So straight from Katiklan going to Boracay, konti lang, chlorine lang siya, not much treatment. So we just distribute it. So it really depends on water quality. Okay, so the water quality defines what process or type of treatment you introduce to make the water potable. Okay. In some cases, let's say Laguna Lake, hindi siya ordinary treatment. You have to do reverse osmosis because it's salty. Pero yung freshwater system, hindi ba freshwater yun kasi tayo ba sa freshwater, hindi siya masyadong salty. Kaya lang masyado siyang maraming may areas sa Tayabasan kasi na ano, if you're trying to locate the proper location for dam, hanapin mo yung pinakamalinis. Kasi let's say, downstream nung area namin sa Tayabasan, may mga piggeries. So, iwasan mo siya. Kasi once sila may piggeries, then you have a problem in water quality. So, you have to, ang tendency mo is to provide much treatment, so it will be costly as operation. So, in locating the dam o treatment plant, you have to make sure na yung least cost. So I think one of the consideration in that is yung water quality.
So, nakaka-affect po ba yan? Yung, kunwari, may pumping, tapos may water treatment sa price ng water?
Oo. Kasi at the end of the day, even though you have water supply, tapos you can provide water doon sa taas, at the end of the day, sino babayad? You have to know, kasi in the study, you have to conduct also willingness to pay. Kasi let's say, you come out with a capital expenditure and then operating cost. So you compute it, let's say, you have to do it for the next 20 years. Then you come out with a tariff that would make you realize certain profit, o kaya you can just regain what you have invested. May tariff yun. If that tariff is not acceptable sa supplier mo, then it's a no-go. Why should you? Kasi at the end of the day, yung revenue stream mo will not be realized. Because nobody will connect. So at the end of the day, you end up with a white elephant. So problema siya. So you have to consider that, yung willingness to pay. Okay, if in case it's a government project, may funding ng government. So yung tariff mo bababa. So it's yung subsidize. Kung subsidize siya, baba yung tarifa mo. So you have to find ways of making the tariff affordable.
Pero kikita ako. May profit.
Hindi, siyempre, pagka private yan, you have to may profit. So, hindi mo maiwasan.
So, ano ba ito? Public-private siya?
Yung Manila Water kasi is, we have a concession kasi, which is part ng private-public partnership. So, our project is, all projects na namin is part of that. So, what we do is, every 5 years, we propose sa MWSS, ito yung programa namin that we'll do for the next 5 years. And this is the corresponding tariff. Sabihin, ito sisingilin natin sa tao. So if they approve that, and the people, constituents approve that, then we construct that. Part kaya sinasabi ko, part ng Tayabasan. So it's part of our proposal to MWAS kung okay sa kanila and okay doon sa constituents, yung pricing, then we go. Kaya sinasabi ko sa inyo, this project is still under
Pero
negotiation.
paano po yun? Kasi usually ba yung mga ibang PPP, like in terms of sa roads, like meron lang silang like 10 years, tapos babalik na sa government. Paano yung kunyari sa mga dams?
Ibang model yun. Ibang yun. May mga build and transfer.
BOT no, mga build operate
Yes.
transfer.
Yung mga tipong EPC lang yun. Bali, we call that na parang a private company will invest and they will be assured of a amortization na ganito for 5 years. Yung bahala na government. So bibigyan mo na sila ng kasi the purpose of PVP, mga private, is really to provide invest. Walang pera ang gobyerno eh. So they encourage private companies, sige mag-invest kayo. Then we will assure you a return. We will assure you, let's say, sabihin natin na 7% or 8% return.
Pero hindi siya years yun.
Ano?
Hindi siya in terms of years.
Depende kung masyado mataas ang project mo, cost. Kasi kung babayaran sa ng gobyerno yan ng maikli, masyadong mahal. So, ang ginagawa nila, hinahabaan nila, gagawin ng 15 years. Pero si private company, is assured of a return of, let's say, 9%. Ngayon, kung si private company, negosyante ka naman, di ba? So, what happens is that, I'll give you an assured 9% discount rate. Pero siyempre, pagka nag-project ka, you take a loan. Ang banko loan mo is 6% o 5%. Okay, the lower you get from the bank, mas better. Kasi kung 5% tapos 9% ka, kita ka 4%.
Mm.
So it's really providing the the money for building infrastructure. Ang problema ng gobyerno, wala na silang pera.
Kasi dati, di ba, parang government nagpa-fund tapos hindi na natapos.
Well, that's a problem kasi pag government, yung mga naka-record. So, comment mo yun, hindi ko comment yun. Sabi niya kasi pag government nagpa-fund, hindi na natapos.
Hindi, kaya nagkaroon ng PPP. Nabasa ko.
It's really providing the funding.
Para din wala masyadong loss.
It's getting
Di ba ganun? Para hatiin.
So, offline.
No record.
Iba discussion na.
Dami.
Okay na. Ano siguro? Basic questions.
Pero may itanong ko pa ba? Parang kami lang nagtanong.